G'day YouTube, welcome back to the VK8FOS YouTube channel. What we are going to be talking about today is TETRA decoding. If you guys don't know what TETRA is, it's essentially a two-way digital communication mode. It's used for like walkie-talkies or handy-talkies. It's an interesting mode because it doesn't use the ambi codec. It actually uses its own codec. So a lot of people say TETRA actually sounds better than like DMR or IDAS or other two-way digital voice modes like that. And under the hood, it's very reminiscent of GSM. It's basically like push to talk over GSM, essentially. A lot of the lower level stuff is straight out of the GSM technical manuals, essentially. So yeah, it's an interesting mode. I think it's used a lot in Europe and Australia mostly. In Europe specifically, I believe it's always used for public safety. So police, fire, rescue, ambulance, and stuff like that will use TETRA in Europe, I believe. I don't think it's really used in the US. And here in Australia, for our public safety, we actually use P25, which is another like digital mode for public safety. So here in Australia, from what I've noticed anyway, where I live, TETRA is used for like commercial businesses, right? So for example, here in Australia, we have like the casino will use TETRA to communicate with like their housekeepers and groundskeepers and stuff like that, just the employees of the casino. And the other main user of TETRA in my city is the gas plants. We've got a gas processing facility here in my town. And yeah, they're very large users of TETRA. So yeah, while we're on the topic of like digital mode decoding and stuff, go and check out this playlist of mine. UHF, VHF, digital decoding is a topic that I haven't really been playing with recently, but I absolutely love it. And there's heaps of cool stuff you can do. Like you can decode like pager messages. You can decode like yeah, I've got some TETRA stuff there. Weather balloons, like we're decoding DMR voice communications. And yeah, there's like heaps of really, really cool stuff you can do on UHF, VHF digital mode. So yeah, go check that out. So yeah, I'll just show you guys what the spectrum looks like here. So we're really lucky here in Australia. All these are unencrypted TETRA signals. So yeah, the voice is just free and clear. All I have to do is just, yeah, in Windows, I can just tune into it using SDR sharp and TETRA demodulator, and I can just hear absolutely everything. So yeah, we're really lucky here to have all these signals available for us. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that to make you guys jealous. All this is unencrypted because it's just commercial operators like the gas plant and the casino. Why do you need to encrypt those communications, really? So yeah, we don't need cubic SDR anymore, so I'm just going to close that. So in Windows, right, you're using SDR sharp and TETRA demodulator plugin. Like in this video here. That's really easy to use, right? You just tune into the channel and you tick a box and the plugin does everything for you. But you have to be listening live for that. It doesn't record them. So using TETRA-Kit in Linux, it actually records all the voice transmissions and you can go back and play them later. So it's kind of like a set and forget thing, and then you can come back later and listen to the voice. There is a way to listen to voice live, and I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. But for all intents and purposes, we're just going to be recording voice to a file, decoding the file, and then replaying it in VLC, for example. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So I'm using an AirSpy R2 for this. I think TETRA-Kit was designed to be like plug and play with the RTO SDR, so I did have to edit the GNU radio flowchart. Sorry about this, guys. I've got to increase the quality here in VLC. So this is my computer in the shed where my like RF lab is, in my garden shed kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just using VLC to log into that. Sorry, VNC to log into that. But everything's the same, right, for what you guys are doing. So to get it working with the AirSpy R2, I believe all I had to change was this sample rate from 2 to... So I just changed there was a 0 there, I just changed that to a 5 because the AirSpy R2 supports 10 megasamples per second and 2.5 megasamples per second. So I just made that 25 instead of 20. And the second thing I had to change was the gain. So the gain is set to 0 by default. I just changed that to 18 because that works for me and my AirSpy R2. And I believe I just changed the frequency here. Yeah, I just changed the frequency. That's just like a Tetra base station channel there, and I just changed that. That was the 3 things I changed. And then, yeah, you can just like generate the flow graph, and the flow graph will output this Python script right here. Packed, that's the one we're using. We're using packed. So how it works is this Python script, it will use the AirSpy R2, tune into it, and then it's basically the RF front end of the workflow. So we'll get started and run that. So I'll hit enter on this command here. So I'm using Dragon OS Focal X, by the way, guys. You guys should know that already. That's my favorite operating system for RF hacking and software-defined radio. If you're using anything else, why? Don't do it. Dragon OS has everything you need. TETRA-Kit is all included in here. So you can almost follow along with me and you should be able to recreate it. No worries. So yeah, we'll be greeted with this window here. Yeah, so that's showing us that there is a signal there. So this green color here is the actual Tetra signal. And this is called the QPSK constellation. So these are all the symbols. So yeah, if like the symbols aren't arranged in like 4 nice dots, you've got a poor signal. So this is quite a strong signal because we can see the constellation, QPSK constellation, is looking really good. So we know we're going to get some data here. So now that we've got our RF front end running, we need to run the decoding application of the workflow. So we can do that by running this command here. Don't forget that you guys can always send the application the H argument to figure out, like to have a look at like what configurable options are there. So yeah, don't forget you can always do that. So I'm just going to run this command. I've already pre-written it and it's already in the terminal. So I'm going to hit enter on that. And we can see that we have some data coming in. So these are like, I guess like the frames. Like, again, I'm not an RF engineer or a digital DSP engineer, okay? But yeah, we've got like Tetra frames coming in on the computer. So that's good so far. I'm just going to move this over here out of the way. So the next thing we need to do is now we need to actually run a third application. And this is going to retrieve the voice traffic and then store it to a file on our computer. So this tutorial and video is 100% going to rely on the fact that there's voice traffic going on this base station right now. It is Sunday in Australia at the time of recording this video, and typically the radio channels in Australia are very quiet on Sunday. So don't worry, I've got a plan B if we don't get any voice traffic in a reasonable amount of time. So I'm going to hit enter on this. And we get this like interactive screen kind of thing. So you'll see like text and stuff appear in here, but I don't know, there's something wrong with the formatting. So the text doesn't always show correctly and it's like cut off at the start and things like that. So we might just sit here for maybe a minute or two and see if we can get some voice traffic coming through. Yeah, I might just mute the microphone. I've also got my video recording beer here as well because it is after midday in my home. And there we go. So we've got some voice traffic coming through already. So it's getting printed to this file here called .raw. So I guess like the Tetra voice traffic is getting decoded and then it's getting recorded to a .raw file. Okay, that's going to be important later, but we'll just leave it for another little while and see if we can get another voice transmission. Yep, okay, we've got voice coming in again, which is good. So yeah, this is all unencrypted. If you're in Europe or something like that, I'm pretty sure because it's unanimously used for public safety, it's always encrypted. The Tetra encryption was broken last year, and it was presented at DEF CON and stuff like that. But yeah, the guys, the research team didn't release the tool. So at the moment, it is not possible to publicly crack Tetra encryption at the moment. It is possible. The research team seemed to think that Tetra was intentionally backdoored by the alphabet agencies in the US. But yeah, that's another story. I won't go into that. But yeah, I think it's called Midnight something, Midnight Team Midnight or Midnight Team. They're the guys that did the Tetra crack. And they actually cracked Tetra using like a old school Pentium 133 megahertz. That's how broken Tetra is. You can crack it on 25, 30-year-old computers with very low processing power. So anyway, I've rambled enough. We're getting a lot of voice traffic now, which is good. So I might just wait till this transmission is done. I'll have another sip of beer, and then I will show you guys how to convert these .raw files to WAV files, and then we can actually listen to what these transmissions are. Wow, it's very busy. This is a good time to start recording this video because it hasn't been that active today. So yeah, we're getting a lot of voice traffic. I might just ramble about Tetra. So Tetra, it's almost like GSM under the hood. GSM has 7 time slots. Tetra has 4 time slots, and you can have concurrent conversations on each of the time slots, I'm led to believe. So sometimes there might be like 2 or 3 concurrent conversations all happening at the same time. So it looks like this application is successfully getting more than one conversation at a time by the looks of it, since like multiple files were coming in just before. So I guess that's like 2 different time slots. Oh yeah, another thing while we're waiting for voice traffic too, you can actually run Wireshark or tshark, and so this decoding application is forwarding Tetra packets to the local loopback address. So we can just run our normal tshark that I run for all my other videos, and we should see some Tetra pack. Yeah, there we go. So we've got actual raw Tetra packets coming through. These are like layer 3 packets, and these frames here are like the layer 2 frames, I guess. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you can run tshark or Wireshark, yeah, and actually have a look at the packets. So it's very similar to GSM. You've got like call setup and location area updating packets and things like that. So yeah, it's basically push to talk over GSM under the hood. And I believe that should be enough now. So we'll just leave that running. We don't have to quit it or anything like that. We can do all this stuff. So I'll just show you guys. So all the raw files get written to, I believe it's recorder and then raw. So all these files are getting recorded as I'm recording. Yeah, they're getting recorded right now by the application. So you can see that there's a lot coming in. That one there is active. You can see the size growing. So yeah, this is really, really good. I was not expecting to get this much voice traffic, to be honest with you. I'm very, very happy about how this video is going. So yeah, so we need to convert these raw files into WAV files now, right? The application does this by the use of this script here called raw2wave.sh. It's a bash script. So we need to cd into the directory, as you can see I've already done here, into the into this directory. So recorder/wave, which is inside the TETRA-Kit program. Aaron from CM Executor, he puts all the applications in user source directory. Okay, so if you're ever finding program files for stuff, it's most probably going to be in there. So thanks to Aaron for his amazing operating system and his hard work. So I'm going to go to the WAV file folder now, and then I'm going to run this command here in this 4th terminal window here. And very quickly, the application has converted our raw Tetra voice traffic into usable WAV files. Now, because this computer is running on VNC out of my laboratory, I can't actually listen to stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer I'm going to transfer a file, a WAV file, to the computer I'm recording this video on. I'm just going to play one of the files, really. So I'll find the largest one. Because it'll be the longest. So 214_38. So this one here. I'll transfer this to Windows. And then get VLC ready and should be this file here, I believe. 23 seconds.
Hello, or Holly, call back for Wade.
Go ahead.
Holly, it's Wade here. Am I clear to go and have a look at the heating medium exchanger at the end of train 1?
Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah, Wade, you're good to go.
Thanks, Holly.
Okay, cool. And for the sake of completeness, how about we send a second one and see what's going on there with that. So 215_39 we'll send. 215_39. How about that one? And then so we got 22 seconds.
Steve or Mick, call back for CCR.
Yeah, go ahead, Noel.
Yeah, mate, it's information only. I'm going to swap the Alpha emergency air compressor over for the Bravo, just to see if it is that is causing the instrument air header problems.
Yeah, all good, mate. Doing need today.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now, as you can see, it's very clunky, right? You have to have a lot of terminal windows open and you have to run a bash script and all this stuff. So again, you're not listening to it live. You're capturing the data and then you're recording it later, which is typical of a workflow on Linux, right? But there is a cool application called TETRA-Kit-Player, and it's a web server, and all this manual decoding of the voice traffic and then the replaying it that I've been doing, this application will just do that all in one for you and display it in a pretty web browser. So yeah, that's really, really cool. So I'm going to... So we don't need this anymore for the time being. So I've CD'd into the TETRA-Kit-Player directory, and I'm going to run this command. So you might have to install NPM and stuff like that yourself, but it's easy. It actually tells you the command to run. So you just run that command or whatever. This isn't a 100% tutorial video. This is just that kind of video that you guys don't like me doing screen recordings. You want to see me and hear me for some reason. So I'm just talking you guys through it, really. So yeah, it looks like we have the web server is running here. So I'm going to go back to Windows, and then I'm going to go to this address here. This is the IP address of my computer in the shed, in the laboratory, and then this is the port that the server's running on. So I'm just going to hit enter on that. I've changed the username and password to just username and password, just for the sake of this video, and that's already pre-written into the username and password fields. I'm going to hit sign in, and then we have it. So these are voice traffic that we've collected since we started this video. So we can actually, we've got 4 pages of voice traffic in that short amount of time. So yeah, all these are historical messages that have already been sent, like historical transmissions.
Yeah, interest, mate. Did that gassy IC5 come up with a gas reading or false or?
No, I think we listened to that one already, which is one that we haven't listened to yet. Maybe this one here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to call it a day, mate, after lunch. No, that's just me. I can't speak for Jay and Craig, but that's myself. I'm not going to come back.
Okay, cool. And so the feature that you guys are probably all waiting for is how to listen live. So we've got this play button up in here. So this is fully dependent on if voice traffic is coming through, and it looks like it is. So I'm just going to press enter on that. And then we just wait. And it should automatically play new messages as they're coming in. So it's not 100% live. There is a delay because it needs to do the decoding process in the background and then upload it to the database. But it happens like 10 seconds after the transmission. It's pretty good. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I'll just put this over here. Sometimes this application just freezes like that. So I'm just going to quit it and then restart it. And then hopefully we can get some traffic playing live. So I might just wait a minute. So yeah, this TETRA-Kit-Player, if I port forwarded this, you guys could listen along with me as well. Yeah, because it's in this nice, pretty web GUI. So yeah, it's really, really cool. This is the closest you're going to get to listening live. And it's a pretty good solution, in my opinion, I think. So yeah, huge thank you to Aaron, everybody, getting all this stuff working for us. Yeah, it's excellent. He's got a good video on it as well, but he doesn't have any unencrypted Tetra at his location, so it's hard for him to test it. So he was just testing it with like an IQ file, basically replaying an IQ file. So yeah, this, I guess you could use this video as like a live demonstration to add to his video, but his video is really cool. So yeah, definitely go and watch Aaron's video about it. Alright, so we've got some voice traffic coming through here. So hopefully this one's actually got audio in it this time, which is going for a long time, so I dare say it does. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to take my hands off the keyboard and mouse, and we're just going to let the application do its thing. So I'm not touching anything here.
Me Cooper, callback CCR.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, mate, we have a high level in sump 81. If you want to give it a flush on your way up or something, it'd be handy.
Yeah, no worries. Is 380 not running?
How cool is that, guys? Big thank you to Aaron from CM Executor for getting this stuff working with his amazing operating system. Now. Oh, we got more stuff coming through.
Yeah, but it wasn't
so,
running.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I don't really have anything else to show you. I know Tetra has like kind of like SMS messaging, and I know there is applications out there that can decode like the SMS messages and stuff. I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't think TETRA-Kit can. There is another application that apparently can, so in Linux. So yeah, I'm gonna go and play with that and probably get that working for you guys. So yeah, that's it. I know you guys like a good Tetra video. Stuff on Tetra always does really well on my channel and for the algorithm and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording now. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.